the long game heads west to Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona, for what might be one of the most unique events of this season. Freestyle champion Danny Walker and Gravedigger managed to take home both trophies last time in Houston, but this lightning-quick V-hook style track will put every driver's reflexes to the test and be a true challenge. Can Danny Walker start off Season 2 with yet another racing win streak, or will someone else rise to the occasion and start a streak of their own? Find out next on The Long Game. Hello and welcome, Long Game fans, back to our second event of the season, taking place in red-hot Phoenix, Arizona. As always, I'm Jack, and this time I'm joined once again by my broadcast partner, Deli. Tens of thousands of fans have packed into yet another massive building to see 15 monster trucks battle it out in spectacular fashion, and this course is going to guarantee just that. What do you think, Deli? This track is really wild.
This is probably the biggest venue that any of these drivers are actually going to drive on. Only 15 can make it in, and after God knows how many people tried to qualify in, only a select few were able to actually make it in. It's kind of mind-boggling, but it's just the way that it works, so hopefully the competition is going to be really tough and really compact.
We shall see. I think a lot can go wrong. I mean, even though this is a lightning-quick course, let's see who's here to try and take it on. We have Alex Frulo starting off in Team Suzuki, as well as Dylan Kearns, a Season 1 veteran at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the same truck he was driving last time, Predator. And Trevor Amos did not have the lucky one last week in racing. He's driving the Line X Obsession.
I can tell this man is going to be an up-and-coming superstar. Tim Smith out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's behind Blacksmith this time around. Mario Ortega, King Crunch. This is the first time we've seen him in the long game. And of course, who could forget Jack Meredith in Bulldozer out of Alameda, California. He's been in 3 years in the making as a driver.
Christopher Villarac is someone who shows a lot of promise too, out of Staten Island and the Bounty Hunter. And another debut for this season, Anthony J. Malone out of Detroit, Michigan in Medusa. Brian Stegel, another steel truck coming out of Richmond, Virginia, Raging Steel.
Taryn Fuller in Mossman out of Chicago, Illinois. He's only been in the long game for 1 year. Chadwick Deerfoot. He's driving Swamp Thing this time around. He's probably one of the biggest veterans to ever hit the course. Tyler Richmond. This is a guy that these drivers definitely have to look out for. He's in High Roller. Tim
Clapper makes his return in Sudden Impact this season with 10 years of experience. And there's your freestyle champion, Danny Walker. He won racing last time in Houston. He wants to win it here in Phoenix. And Trevor Alston, your reigning racing champion in that futuristic SUV of Maximum Destruction. You can see our racing bracket here. High Roller taking on Monster Mud. It's the first versus the 16th and the second versus the 15th and so forth down to the center. Sudden Impact is against Blacksmith. Medusa takes a bye run since only 15 trucks here tonight. Bulldozer versus Predator in a Season 1 special there. Team Suzuki taking on Bounty Hunter. King Crunch taking on Obsession. And Raging Steel going up against Swamp Thing. How about this, a rematch of the championship race in round 1. Maximum Destruction versus Gravedigger. That's going to be good.
Oh, it's going to be this is already a packed lineup, and we haven't even started racing yet.
We're going to get started right here at Taryn Fuller. Number 16 in qualifying going up against number 1, Tyler Richmond.
Looked like Monsterman actually had the advantage off of the starting line, but going into the turn, I spoke too soon.
Nice job there. Taryn Fuller, I mean, I think that turn, let's take a look at this turn right here. This is a V-hook style track, you can see it. It's like a J-hook, but it's shaped like a V. These turns are very, very tight. I mean, in a J-hook, you actually turn around 180 degrees, but this is such a smaller turn, it's actually harder to take, and he took it very well there.
Something I did notice, how wide High Roller went into the turn and how tight he was coming out of it. But now we have to focus on this race. Blacksmith and Sudden Impact, second against the 15th.
Tim Clapper was amazing last season in Sudden Impact, but this is a whole new truck. Whoa!
Whoa! That's a 5-second penalty on Sudden Impact.
It is a 5-second penalty on Sudden Impact.
Oh.
That's unfortunate. He had a great turn, but he went a little bit too early there. Ended up beating Blacksmith across the line, but...
You can see it right here. Oh, he cut that incredibly close. Luckily enough, he actually didn't hit the furthest pole.
No, it's that second one there, the third, I mean. He got across the line first in a very close race, but he got a penalty. That's going to be Blacksmith moving on.
Jeez, if there were no penalties, that would have been the race of the night. And only the second race in.
Anthony J. Malone taking a bye run. We're going to take a look at how he can run this course. Once again, 15 trucks are here. So this is going to be the odd man out here.
Wow.
not a bad turn, I gotta say. He's got a lot of speed coming out of this, coming off of those cars.
Gotta admit, first time seeing Anthony J. Malone, but he did put up a good run. Jack Meredith in the Bulldozer. Last season, he was in Mr. Destruction. He's going to be taking a bye run this time around.
Yeah, unfortunately, Predator with some mechanical issues could not make it out for racing. Jack, he going a little late, a little slow in that turn there. He's still getting a feel for this course. He was actually qualified 4th, very high. But, you know, we're going to see a little bit of showcase of him later. He's going to take a Medusa.
Probably the most powerful truck on the series right now, Chris Pervolarakis in the Bounty Hunter. He's taking on Alex Ferrulo and Team Suzuki. Last time we were out here in Houston, Team Suzuki made it to the final. Is he going to do it again?
We'll see. He's a hopeful here this season. He wants to end up big. Whoa!
Whoa!
Man.
What a comeback from Bounty Hunter!
Bounty Hunter put the pedal to the metal on that one. He came back. Look at this turn here. I mean, both trucks are like almost dead even. Actually, Suzuki makes the turn first, but he can't really make up the speed. Bounty Hunter just flies across those cars. That's all those horses working for him right there.
My good, that was a great race.
Trevor Amos, last time we saw him, he red lighted. He doesn't want to do it here against Mario Ortega, someone who's very inexperienced, but he's got a great piece that he's working with.
Looks like Obsession beat him off the line. Trevor Amos into the turn. Mario almost going over. That's a one tire for King Crunch.
Whoa.
And he's up and over. What a barrel roll. Can he save it?
No, he's not.
Oh, no, he's not going to do it.
A brand new truck.
Wow.
He sheds the body in his first race out here.
Yikes.
I mean, it was spectacular fashion, but he's not going to go the second round. That's going to be all Amos.
I could have sworn that was a 5-second penalty because of the pole on King Crunch, but I guess he cut it way too close, and they just got a little cattywampus going onto the ramp, and then, well, can't really go back from here.
This happened. This whole thing happened. And the crew chief is holding his hands on his head, I can say that. But, hey, he'll be back for freestyle, I can guarantee that.
I felt bad for his crew chief.
Yeah. Chadwick Deerfoot, a legend among legends here, going up against Brian Stegel, who's got a lot to prove. We're going to see how this race goes here. Chadwick did great last week. Nice turn for both trucks.
Oh, that's
no.
a 5-second
gosh.
penalty. We've been seeing a lot of penalties tonight, either from the ramp or from the turning pole, and Brian Stegel just had a 5-second penalty for not getting any of his tires onto the ramp.
That's weird. I think that's the tough lane tonight. I mean, it's weird. We've seen so many penalties. All the penalties have been in that lane so far in both of the wrecks. I mean, look at this. He couldn't land on the cars, tried to keep his truck together. I mean, he did a good job at trying to keep this thing from going over too hard, but, you know, unfortunately, that's what ended up happening here. Chad was going to be moving on. I think Bryant could have won it, but he just couldn't keep it together off of that turn.
It's kind of interesting because most of these drivers are used to making left turns, and seeing these penalties in the right lane is kind of interesting. Danny Walker in Gravedigger, he's taking on Trevor Alston in Maximum Destruction. This is a rematch from World Finals 1.
Trevor Alston broke the streak, the long race streak from Season 1. Can he do it here tonight? He's in the lead.
Well, looks like... Oh!
Oh, wow!
That's where Gravedigger came back.
That's what we just saw with Raging Steel, where Max D, he tried to come out of that turn, but he kind of overdid it, just like Raging Steel did. Danny was very cool, calm, and collected. I mean, this truck is very squirrely, but in the right hands, you can do things like this. You can win a race, and he just did that right here against Alston.
I'm kind of surprised. Alston took that turn really wide, but it looked like he could have made up the ground if he was straight enough.
Maybe, but we have High Roller taking on Blacksmith in round number 2. Medusa going up against Bulldozer. 2 bye runs, now facing opponents for the first time. Bounty Hunter versus Obsession, 2 Heat Seekers, and Swamp Thing versus Gravedigger. I know Chadwick wants to face the points champion from last season and knock him down a peg. We'll see if he can. Tyler Richmond, Tim Smith, the veteran versus the amateur, but Tyler's the main qualifier here tonight.
Whoa.
Can he knock off Blacksmith?
I mean, he might be doing it. Both of these drivers kind of went... Oh, wow.
Nice. That's going to be a high
Just
roller.
as I was saying it, both these drivers did seem to go into the turn in the exact same way, but it looks like Tyler Richmond did have the advantage going off of the starting line and even to the finish line. Like, look at the way that they're taking this turn. Incredibly tight, but incredibly loose.
You know, I think Tim Smith might have gotten a penalty on those cars. I mean, he kind of landed on them. He didn't drive up it. I mean, I don't know if they counted that or not, but regardless, high roller across the finish line first. And here we see these two had a bye run before this. They're going to be facing opponents for the first time here in the second round.
These are the coolest looking trucks in the field. I'm sorry. Into the turn they go. Looks like Medusa has a little bit of an advantage, but to the finish line, that's a 5-second penalty on Medusa. Hang on.
Bulldozer's going to take the win, and it's a resounding win. Medusa going on the trailer in a bucket.
I have to look at that again. No, that's not a 5-second penalty on Medusa.
But
Anthony
Boodles
did get
across the
both
line
tires up
first.
onto the ramp, but oh my gosh, what kind of crash was that?
That's a Crash Madness of the Year award right there. I think it is.
Oh my goodness. Jack just barely managed that. Wow. This is such intense racing, and this is only round number 2.
This is lightning quick too. I mean, I was saying it beforehand. I mean, just because this course is real short does not mean it's going to be any easier than any other track.
Whoa. Obsession just smoked Bounty Hunter off of the starting line.
And Obsession's going to get it. Obsession gets the win here.
I was thinking Bounty Hunter could really come back and make up the ground because of how tight he took the turn compared to Obsession, but the truck just really couldn't keep up considering the amount of level, like ground level, that Obsession had already picked up before Bounty Hunter even left the line. I wonder what happened there.
As much as Bounty Hunter was able to come back in that race earlier on, I think this Obsession just took that turn a lot tighter, and that was his benefit there. Now this is going to be a very interesting race here. Chadwick Deerfoot, someone I say is a veteran, going up against Danny Walker, who just mopped the floor with everybody in racing last season. He wants to get another streak going this season. Can he do it right here?
Considering he doubled down to Houston, I think we got another streak. But is it going to happen? No.
No, it's not
going to happen.
Not quite.
Danny Walker's out. I don't believe what I just saw.
Look at this turn from
Oh
Chadwick.
my
He
goodness.
goes way early, but look at him. He just slides right in there, right in the pocket. I mean, Danny could have kept up the momentum, but I think that just that little stumble there. I think that's what gave Chadwick that win. That's a major win right there. As we go further along, we have our semifinals figured out right here. High Roller versus Bulldozer, a bit of a mirror image going on right there. Two trucks that are kind of cut from the same cloth, and Obsession versus Swamp Thing, another mirror image. Two trucks are very similar. They're both Fords of the same model, same chassis. But before we get to semifinals, we got a real treat for you guys here. Last time we showed you Demo Cross, we got Sumo Cross, and I'll tell you the rules right here. See that little white pad? It's big, not very little. Both cars are going to start bumper to bumper on there, and it's going to be like a sumo wrestling match. These old junkers are going to try and push each other off the edge, and the first person to get their opponent's tires on the ground is the winner. Take a look at this race here. This is a good example here. Number 338 versus 111. I mean, this was something that the fans didn't really know what to expect at first, but by the end they were all into it. So you see now, they've been given the green light here. They're bumping button heads like two Rams. 338, I mean, it's just like that. Pushed right off the edge here. Put these rear-wheel drive land yachts to good use. Lucky 13
Never in my life.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd see Sumo Cross.
We're going to see some highlights of this event here tonight. That was just that first one, real quick.
Wow.
The full thing. Lucky 13 with a resounding victory. You see 186 versus 165. This one started off pretty interesting. 165 was just beating the heck out of 186. 186 is like, screw that. You're getting knocked off. The front of your car is destroyed.
Wow.
And you're having no dignity in this one.
Wow, that was brutal.
73 versus 232. Look at how 73 gets way up there.
Whoa!
Way up there. That's not what he wanted. The whole front end has been destroyed. And then 232 is just going to finish him off right
Whoa!
Here. No glory for him. I can tell you that much.
Do the laws of physics even apply anymore?
I don't know, but I think the laws of gravity certainly do. And there were some major wars here going on tonight in Phoenix. I mean, these guys had a big chip on their shoulder, and look at 13 just getting pummeled off the edge there. They called him the loser at this point. There was nowhere for him to go. 232 versus 186. These two guys just beat the heck out of their opponents. Showed no mercy. Look at them. They're getting locked up in the center here. It's like two Rams. Look at this. Two Rams.
They're just at each other's throats.
They really are. 232, unfortunately, just ran out of gas, so to speak, I guess. I don't know if he filled the tank or not, but he lost. And this final race, too, I'm going to tell you this right now. This final race, unlike anything I've ever seen in any event ever, these two cars were butting heads for 4 minutes straight. Now, I'm not going to show you all 4 minutes, but this is what most of it looked like right here. Most of it was just this.
Oh my gosh.
This was a good, you could have gone to the bathroom, come back, and this thing would still be going on. And it would be just as intense. 111, 186, these guys were filled with such hate and vitriol for all the blood they had shed earlier tonight. All the metal they had scrapped. They wanted to go at each other and prove that they were the best. This is like, Mandingo of cars.
Oh my! They kind of looks like a propeller, don't you think?
In a way, like a wind turbine. But you see, once that 186 got to this point, it was all over. They called 111 the winner. 4 minutes straight of possibly the most brutal battle I've ever seen in my life in a monster truck show. It didn't involve monster trucks, by the way. This was incredible. Everyone was standing and cheering after this one. It was just flooring it the whole time. They were just pretty much controlling it with the steering. But now, hey, come back down to earth for a second. Come back down to monster trucks. A mirror image. Both of the same chassis. These trucks are very, very similar. Jack Meredith wants to take down the #1 qualifier. He's in the lane he's not been in yet tonight.
It's kind of interesting. Both of these drivers are from the Team Mets camp. They're teammates.
Whoa.
I don't know what happened to Bulldozer there.
I think Bulldozer just couldn't come out of that turn the way he wanted to. High roller was just smooth as silk coming out of that.
Looks like the fastest qualifier is looking for a racing win. Is he going to be able to do it, though? He's been really consistent, but it kind of depends on who's going to be going up against in the final.
Well, that was the question last time in Houston because he got disappointed in the round number 2. So if he can make it to the finals and win this time, I mean, his fast qualifying, it will not be for nothing. Now, these two trucks, like I said, identical in terms of design. Look at that turn from Amos.
Across the finish line, who's it going to be? That was too close for me to call.
I'm surprised. We'll see what the replay or what the officials say. I mean, this is not going to be an easy one to call. Try and look at who hits the cars first. This might be the way that we can tell who win it. Oh, I don't even know.
I mean, Amos did beat him to the turn, but they both seem to hit the cars at the same time. I
think, man, we're going to have to wait for this call here. Wait to the finals. We see High Roller defeated Bulldozer, and we're going to see who won Obsession versus Swamp Thing in just a second here. It's Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing got it.
Whoa!
Chadwick is worth his weight in gold here tonight. Can he beat the #1 qualifier?
Oh, wow.
Here we go, man. It's been an incredible night of racing tonight.
Oh man, I'm already like getting goosebumps just from listening to these two beginning to get their trucks ready. Tyler Richmond out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and Chadwick Deerfoot out of Dallas, Georgia. Both of these drivers are ready to go, and only one can be the victor in racing.
The light is green. They're flying off the line here. Tyler with a great turn, but Chadwick, can he make up the ground here?
It was too close. I can't tell. I can't tell. Oh, it's Swamp Thing. I don't believe it. The fastest qualifier knocked out in the final race of the night. Oh, wow.
I can tell you, he's feeling pretty good. He's been in leagues all across the nation, all across the world. He's going to celebrate here. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
It is a red letter day here for the Swamp Thing. Dallas, Georgia, all the way across the country here. Did not do as well as he wanted to in Houston. He won it here tonight in Phoenix.
Wow, I truly don't believe it. I can't believe. I mean, you got to give props to Tyler Richmond for getting as far as he did, as fast as he did, but hey, there's only got to be one victor, and you can't really mess up on a course like this considering how short it is and how tight it is.
Yeah, one mistake and it's all over. You see our bracket as it came down here. High Roller was on fire. Swamp Thing had a lot of close races. High Roller was kind of just sweeping the competition, but hey, it was that last little mistake that TJ made, and that's what gave Chadwick the victory. So it's been an incredible night of racing here. We're going to show you a little bit of the highlight package of everything you just saw tonight. Don't go away. We're going to give you a little bit of highlights of what you just saw.
All roads lead to Las Vegas, Nevada, the official destination of the Monster Jam, the Long Game Rigs of Rods Tour. That is where the World Finals will take place. It's been an incredible night of racing here in Phoenix, Arizona, and it can only get better from here. Congratulations to Chadwick Deerfoot and Swamp Thing for taking the victory. But if you think that's over, then, well, you're sorely mistaken. Freestyle is to come. If you want more coverage, follow the long game at simmonsters.com. That is simmonsters.com. While you're at it, subscribe to the channel for more, and also join our Discord server. We're definitely active there. Covering for Jack, my name is Deli. We will see you next week.